Boy Security. Bad Boy Security was an amazing movie by EGO NWOSU, and this movie came with a lot of vibes. Of course, very good bad boy of Nollywood was in it, Timini Egbuson, and this movie was lovely. It was beautiful. It was an amazing script, and I loved every single part of it. Okay guys, before I go right into the review of this movie, have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Please do that right away and click on that bell button to get more notifications and what have you. The movie Bad Boy Security gave us this girl power vibe. We're used to the stereotype of women not being able to do certain jobs, certain careers because of the agenda, and this movie gave us a different, perspective, because women are also bodyguards, women are also in the security line, but people don't get to take them seriously because of the agenda, and this movie, kind of changed that narrative. It gives that girl power kind of vibe. It shows that strength, resilience, and confidence about women as much as it shows it for men. Now, each movie teaches us that we should learn to respect people irrespective of their gender, irrespective of their size, their height, their color, and all of that. And it was very nice to see all of this in this movie. Now, this movie was showing on EGO NWOSU TV, and it featured EGO NWOSU herself and Timini Egbuson, which is known as the very good bad boy of Nollywood. So, how did it start? It started with this boy, or do we say young man, who lives, sometimes somehow recklessly, but of course he has prospects, but he lives this reckless life, carrying women, doing crazy stuff, doing the stuffs you always see rich kids do every time. And then they show us this beautiful looking bodyguard security personnel, and she changed this whole narrative. As her name was Kachi, so Kachi changed the whole narrative, and his father introduced her to him as a security, and he was like, looking at her like, he was like, Dad, why is this a joke? He found it very funny, because who hires a security as beautiful and hot as that for a guy as bad as Timini? That's a terrible combo, very terrible combo. So immediately I saw that part, I was like, is this guy's father joking? Is the senator joking? Who does that? Your son likes women, your son doesn't see anything on skirts. Once he sees women, he loses his senses, and you're hiring a woman to be his bodyguard. What's your plan? This boy is a woman freak, and you're giving him women all over, and you're saying that he should have a woman as a bodyguard. You're tired of seeing him bring women to the house. You're tired of seeing him do all of these things, and you're still bringing a woman into his life permanently. It gave some type of vibe, I, for one, would have said maybe it shouldn't have done that, but this whole thing changed the narrative. It changed the perception of everything, because he himself saw it, and he was like, he condemned her immediately. But in the end, look who fell in love. Look who started, falling head over heels and started changing his bad behaviors and bad characters. This gave us that kind of feeling, and it was very amazing to watch.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Now, another highlight for me was the part where her baby daddy, because Kachi is a single mom with a child, but she's not together with her baby daddy anymore. Now, this gave us the kind of, funny moments, because her baby daddy went to the school and picked this girl away from school, and, he took her out to have lunch and stuff, but he didn't tell Kachi, that's the mother of the child, he didn't tell her, at least he didn't speak to her about it, and she got so pissed, and she went right there to pick up her daughter and take her home. Now, what I'm saying, what I saw there was that okay, fine. We don't have to always portray these men as toxic people. I don't like to always see that okay, because these people are not together anymore, that they don't co-parent. Most times we see international movies where two people have a child and they are not married or they are not together anymore, and they give us a different kind of narrative. They give us an idea that you can always co-parent even if you're not together. You can always co-parent and you can always raise that child together. It doesn't have to be toxic, it doesn't have to bring hatred, it doesn't have to bring fights. You should always remember that the child is your common interest, so you should be calm and level-headed for that child. So I feel like Nollywood needs to inculcate this into their movies and stop giving us this whole toxic vibe. We have lots of people in Nigeria who are co-parenting with their baby daddies and their baby moms, and it's working out very fine. But back to the movie. Now, this whole taking the child without permission kind of put him a bit in a very rough situation when the child was eventually kidnapped, because he was obviously the first suspect because he's the only person that goes to the school to pick this girl up without permission.
Where is she?
Kachi, I'm in Port Harcourt.
So he was the first suspect. Immediately the girl went missing from school. The first person I thought of was Baba Etusi Jigbe, oh, the father has carried her again. That kind of thing. But it wasn't the case. The girl was actually kidnapped. Of course, not for a ransom, but she was kidnapped. And then the kidnappers were asking for something else entirely. I'm not going to tell you. You guys have to find about that in the movie. But, she was kidnapped, and, it changed the perspective we had initially about the whole not seeking respect kind of thing. Because if he had called, if he always calls her that okay, I'm going to pick up our daughter in school, I'm going to pick up our daughter at home and stuff, he wouldn't have been the first person that we would have thought of in this situation when the child went missing. So this was like another highlight for me because it really took the whole movie up like a climax kind of thing, because we were like, oh my god, who kidnapped her and what happened? Because the kidnappers called and they said they didn't want money. Like, you'd be so surprised what it is that they were asking for. And just when we thought it was over, when they finally gave what they gave, just when we thought it was about to be over and the whole scenario was coming to an end, there was a plot twist, and the person we least expected to be the culprit turned out to be the one that kidnapped this child. And we were like, and I was also asking for an exchange. Like, it was very alarming, very confusing, because I was like, wow, I sincerely didn't see that coming. I did not see him or her. I'm going to keep you guys on your toes, being the culprits, because we didn't even think in that direction. Like, we weren't even thinking towards that area. Like, no, like, you'll be like, who kidnapped this child? Who did this? Who did that? We didn't even think about it. Like, it was a plot twist, and it was very, very entertaining. These are the intrigues and the entertainments that we got from this movie. It was very, very beautiful to watch.
Do you have her?
Yes, boss. We have her.
Ugly for me in this movie was the fact that there's something about Nollywood movies that keeps rolling over and over. It's become like a routine. From the moment you start the movie, you just know where it's going to end. And this, I think, like, we should change it. I feel like we should change it. We should change this whole thing. Like, we should spice it up a little bit, because in real life, sometimes what you want is not always what you get. And sometimes what you want may not even be what is good for you. So we should learn to also change this whole idea, because I hate the fact that you can easily predict Nollywood films. As interesting as it is, as interesting as it can be, of course, from the moment we started, we already know that Kachi is going to want start entering his eye. That's even the reason why I was like, who hires a security, a bodyguard as beautiful as this for a guy that is obviously obsessed with women? Now, this already made us understand that she will certainly want to end up with him. She will certainly end up with him, and that's exactly what happened. So we need to change all of that. But in all of this, um, it was a very entertaining movie. It was a lovely movie. It was nice. It was beautiful. If I'm to rate it, I'm going to rate it a 7. Or no, I take that back. A 6/10. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6/10. It was beautiful, like I said. It was amazing script, amazing work of art, and I'll give it a 6. It was lovely. You all need to see this movie and see what we're talking about. You're going to love it. Woo! Sweet. Alright, guys, we've come to the end of the show. This is the review on movies TV. Don't forget to like this video, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share this video on all your social media platforms to your friends, loved one, and of course, I always say your enemies. And please make sure that you share this video to everyone, and you follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and better still, X, as it's now known. So please, guys, do well to share this, like, and comment. I want to see your comments, guys. You people know how to abuse me very well, and I live for that. I mean, it's amazing reading all of your comments. Thank you, guys. Bye. I remain your host, Aguta Sholo Omomi. Love you.